March is known for the end of winter and the arrival of springtime, a season of warmth and renewal. For history buffs, it's also known for the date Julius Caesar met his last. But don't let time pass you by like a bunch of old Romans. Hello again, SA here. And I'm just here to remind you to get your copy of my book series, Glitch. It's available on Barnes & Noble and other fine bookstores, as well as Amazon. The links are down below in the description. And while you're out enjoying the spring weather, you can also indulge in my story of a kidnapped teen model and a reluctant jewel thief who are on the run from the law. Yeah, you don't have to guess. I still have other books coming down the pike. So as long as I don't run into any difficulties. You'll be seeing those books too, I'm sure. Now let's get back to the video.
For the love... 8 Lincoln 30 to dispatch.
8030, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a wild goose chase over here at Nakatomi Plaza. Everything here's okay. Over. But nobody has the guts to go. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Man, God, everything is a crime! Welcome to the party, pal! Turn up the heat, it's getting ready to pop. Wait for the automatic rifle fire in Nakatomi! I need backup assistance now! No, goddammit, no!
Hello again, SA here. Some of you people out there who are, on the ball probably heard of the Great Replacement theory. Problem is, anyone who's been paying attention knows that it's obviously going into praxis. And one of the people who noticed this is old Elon. And indeed, he saw a video that was posted on his X, where someone actually broke the whole deal down about what it's all about. And it was basically saying that it was just one big fat scheme for the DNC Elites to turn the United States into a carbon copy of North Korea. And not an exact photocopy, but politically wise, namely a one-party state. Now, I'm going to show you the video because multiple people have already mentioned it. Tim Pool's mentioned it, but the video I'm going to show you is from the Redacted with Clayton Morris. Okay, here it is.
Meanwhile, filmmaker Western Linesman has done an amazing job. This has gone viral. I want to play this. I'm curious how many of you have already seen this, but this has gone viral overnight. And it's a filmmaker who put this together. It's an amazing job. And I want you to say something. We'll come out and we're going to talk about all of the pieces of this. But I want you to watch this and see if anything that he's saying in this 2-minute video is incorrect or wrong about the illegal alien invasion in the United States right now. Watch it. See if you can find anything that's inaccurate. I know the left-wing media is going to definitely try to portray this as fake and propaganda. But watch it. Tell me if you see anything wrong with this video. This is an amazing piece of video. Watch.
The Democrat open borders plan to entrench single-party rule, explained in under 2 minutes. 1. Flood the country with untold millions of illegals by land, sea, and air from all over the world, enough to eclipse the populations of 36 individual U.S. states so far. 2. Prioritize the needs of these millions of non-citizens over the needs of the American citizen, with free flights, buses, hotels, meals, and phones, ensuring their loyalty to the political party that imported them. 3. Keep them in the country at all costs, even when they commit violent crime like murder and rape. Attack the language used to describe the criminals, as opposed to the criminals themselves. Slander critics as racist. 4. Ensure their privileges are made irrevocable with city and state sanctuary laws that act as population magnets. Codify permanent status and ensure non-cooperation with ICE. 5. Count the non-citizens in the census that will determine congressional apportionment in the House of Representatives. As of now, that would equal 13 extra congressional districts, a tremendous amount of electoral power. 6. Wage a massive, heavily funded lawfare campaign to change state voting laws that legalize mass mail-in ballots, no signature verification, and no proof of citizenship requirements, making it nearly impossible to prove voter fraud. 7. Lock in the permanent voting majority with campaign promises of lavish benefits and permanent privileges, enshrining generational fealty to the Democrat Party. 8. Win elections. 9. Entrenched single-party rule has been achieved. The best part? Your tax dollars are paying for it.
So the Western Lensman who put that together. So can you guys, is there anything wrong in that video? Anything inaccurate that you could flag in there?
Okay, you saw that, right? Well, of course, you would think that old Elon, Mr. Rocket Man himself, you figure he would have known this all along, since he was already familiar with the Great Replacement. However, the only question is, will these DNC elites get away with it? And I have to say, if no one does anything to stop them, yeah. Because if you saw the video, you know, the guy who made it, I can't remember his name at the moment, he said it was going to be 10 steps, and they already seem to be at step number 3 or 4. And of course, some of you say, well, won't Trump fix it? Yeah, if he gets elected. And the way things are going with him, I'm not saying I can't say he can't win. I'm just saying that it's getting kind of wobbly. Especially with that damn stupid woman up in New York trying to steal Trump Tower right from underneath him, which I'm not going to get into. But the funny thing is, the Democrats have done this before. And you could say their template for this shenanigans was in California. Now, of course, people may not realize this, but less than 100 years ago, California was a red state. Yeah, they had regular Republican governors, legislature, various Republican mayors. But then things started to change around 1970s. And here in Los Angeles, we had Mayor Sam Yorty, but then Tom Bradley, a Democrat, became mayor. And he was there into the 1990s. And then we had Richard Riordan, a Republican, but he was more like a rhino, if you know what I mean. But then after him, they had nothing but Democratic mayors ever since then. Flat out. And the same thing with the governorship. I mean, we had Edmund Brown. I think he was probably the first Democrat governor we had, and that was back in the late 50s, early 60s. And then we had Ronald Reagan. And of course, I don't have to explain Ronald Reagan to you. But then after him, you had Brown's son, Jerry. And I think you're familiar with Jerry, so I'm not going to get into him. But then after Brown Jr., went away, we had Duke Magian, a Republican. He used to be the mayor of Long Beach. And after him, we had Pete Wilson, who was the mayor of San Diego, another Republican. But then after those two went away, then we had Gray Davis, briefly. He got recalled. And then, of course, Schwarzenegger, another rhino Republican. And then since then, we had nothing but Democrats ruling the roost in Sacramento. Now, the funny thing is that right around the time when Pete Wilson was governor, they had a proposition, 187. And the proposition said that state services shouldn't be provided for illegal aliens. That sounds fair. But then the Democrats pulled a fast one. They basically riled up the children of all those illegal aliens. Because, we have birthright citizenship in the United States. And Democrats knew this. So they got all of the children of all those illegal aliens to vote Democrat. And they simply told them, hey, you vote for us, we'll repeal 187. And all these damn, all these little whatnots voted Democrat. And sure enough, and sure shit stinks, the Democrats had a locked-in voter bloc. And since then, the Democrats have been ruling the roost in California. And indeed, if you look at registered registered Democrats, they outnumber Republicans 2-1. And that's no accident. So obviously, the Democrats figure, hey, if we can do that stunt in California, we can probably do it in all 50 states. And I'm thinking, yeah. If you get enough illegal aliens in all 50 states, and then just like in California, make sure they sit around long to have a bunch of babies who will be officially U.S. citizens, then you can basically have the Republicans step in it and bag up like Pete Wilson did. And then the Democrats, just like did in California, get all those children of illegal aliens riled up and say, hey, you vote for us, and we'll give your parents all kinds of perks on the damn taxpayer dime. And sure enough, yeah, they could succeed. However, if old Trump gets in there, he has a way to short circuit the scheme. And one way is to get rid of birthright citizenship. Now, of course, I'm not a constitutional lawyer, but I'm pretty certain there are a few that would tell you that while birthright citizenship was enshrined in the 14th Amendment, it's written kind of vague, which means it doesn't say explicitly that it applies to the children of illegal aliens. And like I said, not a constitutional scholar, but I'm pretty certain some would inform Trump, if he gets in the White House, that it doesn't. And if the Republicans still manage to get control of the Senate, they could push through a quick federal law that basically says that the 14th Amendment doesn't apply to illegal aliens. And that could just pull the rug out from any Democrat great replacement scheme. Do the Democrats aware of this? Yeah, I think the Democrats have a few smart cookies working on their side. Which just probably explains why they're so, let's just say, amped up trying to get rid of Trump. Because they know that Trump knows that that's probably the one sure way to basically putting the lights out on their scheme of turning America into a one-party state. All I can say is we better hope that Trump does get in there, because if he doesn't, you better get ready, boys and girls, because you're about to enter the land of the Kims of Korea. No joke. Well, that's all I gotta say about that little video. And that's my opinion.